Okay, so today we're actually going to be reloading up a bunch of brass, so you can see the whole process as it goes. But to start, you're going to need, obviously, you're going to need some brass. You're going to need some bullets, which I have here. You're going to need some powder, which I'm actually using the bullseye here, but this tight group I really like too, so I use that sometimes. You're also going to need primers, and I buy them in boxes of 1,000. They come in a box like that. Costs about $25, so they're pretty cheap. But they're kind of segmented or separated into these smaller boxes. So that's what you're going to need to get started. So after setting up your dies, you're going to need to fill the powder measure with some powder. We're also going to need to load the primer magazine in here, and to do that, you need the pickup tube. It has one end of it, it has the pickup end, and the other end, it has this little pin that comes out, and you'll see what that's about here in a minute. I like to keep, whenever I'm storing it, I like to keep the pin in it because I have lost the stupid pin before and it's a pain in the butt. So I'll show you how to use that. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is fill the primer magazine using this pickup tube. So the primers, if you slide them out, they come in this little blister pack, and we need to basically get them out of there into the pickup tube here. And so that's what this tray thing is for. It's called a primer flip tray. You'll notice not all of the primers are oriented in the same direction in the blister pack, and so that's what these flip trays are for. So what you do is you just kind of put it on the bottom of one of the ends of the flip trays, flip it over, and pick it off. And so there's all the primers. And then what we need to do is we need to pick them up with the flat tube, or the pickup tube, the flat side up. So right now you can see most of them, the anvil side's up, and so we need to flip them around. So all you do is you take the other end of the flip tray, you put it on there, and you just flip it around. And then you can take it off, and you'll notice that now most of them are right side up. Now what we have to do is take the pickup tube, and all you do is you just pick them up one by one. So now the pickup tube is basically filled with primers. We have to load that into the primer magazine. So here you're looking at the top of the primer tube. I'm going to take off the warning system, and there's the nut. I'm going to take out the follower, and remember, if I were to take this off, there's just this tube in here, and we're just going to fill up this tube. So all you have to do, the reason that we have the pickup tube, you just take it, you just orient it, you just put it on there, and you just pull out the pin, and it fills up the tube. Okay, so there you're looking at the side of the press. Now all we have to do is go through the steps and reload all the brass. So all I need to do is put a casing into station 1. This would resize it, and then push the handle back to seat primer. Move to station 2, put another casing in. The same thing's going to happen on station 1 as happened before, but now on station 2, it's going to bell the casing and add powder to it. Seat the primer and place a bullet in there. Advance it. Same thing. Now, the same thing is going to happen on stations 1 and 2 as happened before, but now on station 3 the bullet's going to be seated. case, advance it, place a new casing in. Now everything on the first 3 stations is going to happen as before, but now on station 4 it's going to crimp the very first casing that we put in there. And then all we have to do is, so now it's really doing, let's see, 2, 4, 6 operations at a time. Actually 7 operations if you count seating the new primer. It's doing 7 things per operation of the handle, and then it'll kick a completed round out each time that we do it. So I'm just going to go through and load up about 100 rounds because that's how many primers I have sitting in the tray. So there it is, 200 rounds of 38 loaded with a 125 grain flathead bullet with CCI primers at 4.5 grains of bullseye powder, which for me is the load that I think works out the best in my pistol, that is. Well, there you have it, 200 rounds in just a little over half an hour, mostly due to explaining things. I can do, like I said, I can do about, when I'm in the swing of things, I can do about 500 rounds in an hour, which is pretty quick with this type of press. Anyway, so that's the press in action. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave me a comment, and I hope you enjoyed it.